That's what's up. So, all right. So why do they not want anybody else?
That's their own business. I just need help. Like, my husband, we've been together for 5 years. It's not that the sex is bad. The sex is always amazing. It's just I'm fucking tired. Okay, I gotta take care of 3 separate people's sexual needs, and I just need help.
I'm gonna let that rock, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna let that rock. Get a little bit of volume for a second. Let me sip my water on y'all. I wish I could hear my compression in my headphones. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get a mixer for that too. It's a vibe, man. What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy LaChester, man, and we are back for another episode of the What You Mean podcast, and it's another After Hours edition, man. I'm glad that you listening or you looking or whatever you doing, man. I got a dope and actually guest with me on this evening. I'm gonna give y'all the backstory on how she got here, but in the meantime, between time, can you go ahead and introduce the people and tell them who you are?
Hi, everybody. My name is Lane. I think I'm on the podcast because I'm Poly.
She came out the gate swinging, bro. She came out the gate swinging. All right, so here's the backstory for everybody, so we all on the same page. All right, so y'all know since I started the podcast, I've met some interesting people when it comes to the sexuality of people. Some people have schooled me and gave me definitions of saposexual, pansexual, all this other stuff that I really don't know anything about. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm straight. You know, I don't know about all the other different things that are out there. So I went through a process where I was actually trying to get some different type of people on the platform to kind of lighten it up, get some spunks and some sparks onto it. So I came up with this wise idea because a couple of months ago, my homeboy had a get-together down in Panama City for his birthday. On my way down there, a lot of times if I go somewhere with my camera, because I'm a photographer, I like to start to reach out to people I might know in the area to see if I can create some content while I'm there. So I reached out to a couple people, and of course they didn't have any time, but somebody referenced me to somebody else. And she was like, I really wish I could shoot with you, but I got this going on. But she said a lot of people who come in Panama, what they do, photographers, is they just make a post and they put it on Tinder and they get hits, and that's how they shoot people when they coming into new areas. So I decided to take a chance, roll the dice, and do that with the podcast, man. I put up a little post on Tinder, and I just wanted to see if people were interested in coming in, talking about, you know, online dating in general, sexuality, all of that other good stuff. And Elaine was my first hit. So again, I appreciate you sliding
Didn't
through.
know that. I thought you'd already gotten quite a few hits.
Well, I got some hits, but it's like once they slide like yes on it, and then I engage in conversation, I'll be like, hey, because the same thing I sent you, the first thing I sent is, are you interested in being on the podcast? Like, I'm not on here because I'm trying to date or trying to hook up with nobody. Like, I literally want podcast guests for my after hours to bring in. Like, it's cool bringing in people that I know, but I think it's going to be a bit more of a surprise if I'm bringing in people that I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah, strangers always have good content. You never know what they're going to say.
Like, you already been in this motherfucker acting up. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we digging it. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I was doing all right.
You killing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we ain't gonna trip. Like, I mean, so let's go ahead and dive straight into it, because you say you're here because you're poly. So for those that don't really know, can you like put like poly in retrospective, or how you run your poly relationship? How does that go for you?
Everybody's poly is different, but poly literally translates to many loves.
Right.
It's like, I wouldn't say it's the opposite of monogamy, but it's like its bastard second cousin that's twice removed. What?
Okay. Say that one more time for the people in the back. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Okay, it's not the opposite of monogamy. It's bastard second cousin that's been twice removed. Okay.
Got you. So, with that being said, like, is that like, all right? So I ride motorcycles too, right? So being that I ride bikes, I get to go on trips, and I'm part of little small communities that people don't even probably know exist because they don't care about it. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to like the poly community, like, is it like this own little second community where like, or like, how does it like? How do you meet people, or do you meet people and they become poly, or poly people date other poly people?
I have mixed, because when I first met my husband, I was with another poly person.
Right.
And he started dating me. So I've always been living poly with him. We were never like, a lot of couples are monogamous and then they open their marriage or their relationship or whatever. Really unhealthy. Don't do that. Go to counseling instead. So we've always been, I've always been seeing other people while I was with him.
Got you.
But then I stopped seeing that guy, and then it was just me and my husband. And so far, it's like hit or miss. I mostly get people who have been living or acting monogamous their entire lives, and they just give it a go. Like,
right.
I'll just try it out and see how it goes.
So how does that transcend to your husband? Like, I mean, is he poly, or was it something that you introduced to him?
I'm poly. I've been poly all my life. It's just that there wasn't a word for it. But
right.
Always monogamy felt like unnatural to me. It felt like I was forcing myself to do something I was not wired to do.
Right.
But my husband, I think he's monogamish.
So he have a selfish moment where he don't want you doing anything.
No, he doesn't want another relationship because he feels like he just wants to put everything and all his emotions and all of his time and effort into our relationship. Right. But he does want a fuck buddy, and honestly, I need him to have a fuck buddy as well. Like, I need help.
All right, so you said you need him to have a fuck buddy because you need help. What do you mean by you need help?
I mean, like, sexually. Like, so I have two other partners right now, one that I'm dating and one that's more like I wouldn't say friends with benefits. There's not a whole lot of benefits there, but maybe like friends who occasionally fuck.
Right.
So I have two other partners, but I am their sole sexual like outlet. They're not fucking anybody else. It's just me, and I'm tired, okay?
That's what's up. So, all right. So why do they not want anybody else?
That's their own business. I just need help. Like, my husband, we've been together for 5 years. It's not that the sex is bad. The sex is always amazing. It's just I'm fucking tired, okay? I gotta take care of 3 separate people's sexual needs, and I just need help. I just need him to go and find someone to help so that when I'm too tired, I can be like, yo, can you just go fuck her instead? I'm tired tonight. Just go over her house. I want to go to bed.
Wow. And you're cool with that, totally.
100%. I have never felt romantic jealousy in my life. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's like. I can't talk to nobody about it. I don't know what that is.
You know what? It's some stuff like that I feel like it's just in my life that I have an understanding for it, but I can't really explain it. Like, it just...
Like religion.
It just is what it is. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, when I'm sitting here because I'm kind of baffled in a sense, but I'm trying to like just conjure up in my mind like what I want to say next, or what I want to ask next. And thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of the What You Mean podcast. Damn. I don't think I've ever heard anybody just speak directly to it like you're speaking to it. Like, it's just like, this is what the fuck it is. Like, that just it. At the end of the day, this is what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? So, and he knows about your other 2 partners.
Of course, he knows. He knows everything. I tell him everything. He drops me off on dates to make sure I'm safe, because he doesn't. First of all, I don't want to ride in a car with a stranger because that's toxic and dangerous. But he drops me off on dates. He helps me pick out my outfits for dates. Yeah, he also feels.
Is he straight
jealousy.
or bi?
He's straight. I am also straight.
So you strictly dickly?
Yes. Dick connoisseur all the way. No.
Oh, look. It's just some shit that's probably going to come out of your mouth that I'm not expecting to come out of your mouth. That's why I laugh. You know what I'm saying?
thought I warned you earlier before you turned the mic on. I was like,
But I mean, it's cool. I mean, this is what they're here for. I mean, I got certain people on the platform that they come just to hear Industry Mondays. I got people that come to the platform because they just want to check out the What's New segments. And then I got people who come because they want to hear the freaky shit that we talk about in the after hour shit. You know what I'm saying? A case in point again, where I put it on Tinder, like, hey, this is what we're talking about on my podcast. I'm trying to invite you in for this specific, segment or whatever case may be. So, so how do you? Damn. So you say you've been poly all your life?
all my life, I knew that monogamy was not for me. It was not. I did not have an alternative. There was not a word for it. The ethical non-monogamy people hadn't popped up yet. Poly people hadn't popped up. So I just struggled with dating my whole life.
Jesus. Jay, text me some questions or something, man. Golly, man. Yeah, let me look at my phone. I need some questions ASAP, bro, because I'm thrilled in here, to be completely honest. It's crazy that you're saying this, because you're saying, like, this is where I'm at, this is what I am, and I'm cool with it. Because it's like you just said, a lot of people are poly and just don't want to call it what it is.
A lot of people don't want other people to know, like, the things that the mainstream monogamous people will think about you, maybe your job, your family, they just don't want to come out about it. A lot of people are poly, they're just not open about it.
So would that be considered poly?
I mean, if you're, poly is specifically for people who want to be in love with more than one person at a time. Ethical non-monogamy is you can do whatever you want with that, whatever you want to do with your relationship. If you decide that you're only open to have sex with other people and not be in romantic relationships, that's up to you.
So do you think you think they can coexist and be separate in a sense? Like,
yeah,
like a guy can be head over heels in love, and this is who he wants to spend eternity with, but every now and then he still wants to step outside and get some outside cootie every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, some people are like that. I want to be in love with more than one person at a time.
Gotcha.
I don't just, it's not about sex for me.
So your sexuality would be classified as pan?
No. I mean,
and let me explain. So I had some people come in here and tell me what pansexual is. And pansexual, well, I guess it wouldn't be pan, because pan is whoever I want to be involved with, I'm involved with.
Yeah.
Okay. So does
still
that
just dudes, still straight.
does that make you fall under any sexuality at all?
I'm just straight. I just like dick. That's all.
Oh man. So, question from the audience. Do your poly partners ever communicate with each other?
That's up to them. They signed up for this. That's me. And if they want to communicate with each other, they can get their own group chat. I am not involved. That is not my business. That's their business.
So you cool with that shit too?
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, you know what? That would really work out. I wish more partners were okay with that, because then it would make coordinating things like, say, birthday gifts a lot easier to make sure there's no duplicates.
Oh, so when you in a poly relationship, you get gifts from everybody you fucking.
I mean, I hope so.
That's a come up, ain't it? Shit, that's a come up. Another question from the audience. And it was, is there prioritizing when it comes to your partners?
Okay, so there are lots of different kinds of poly to be practiced. Some people practice what's called kitchen table poly, which means if you're gonna hang out with us and you're gonna date us, then you have to be friends with everyone in the polycule. That's everyone that everyone else could possibly be dating. I don't do that because I'm a grown ass woman. You ain't finna tell me who my friend's gonna be.
Right.
Okay?
So when you say the kitchen table and the friends in the group, does that mean that anybody in that group could partake if they wanted to?
Yes, but it also means that everybody has to be friendly and civil.
Okay.
You're expected to be able to interact with as many of the other partners, if they're ever around, as friendly as possible, like your friends. That's not mine. I don't do that. Some people practice a kind of poly where it's like you have you're prioritizing your relationship. Say if you're married, that's your priority relationship. And then it's like a hierarchy. Everything else comes after that. Okay. So no one will be more important than like your marriage partner. I don't have that. it's an equal opportunity here. If you put in the time and you put in the work, you can 100% be on the same level as my husband.
Damn. Man, drop a bomb, man. Man. One more question from the audience. You ever had sex with more than one of your poly partners at one time?
No.
That's a no-go for you.
It's not a no-go. It's just never happened.
Got you. So you're open to it.
Yeah, I'm open to it. I mean, I've had threesomes before, so it wouldn't be like a new thing. It's just...
All right, but you say you don't like girls.
With two men. There are other
So
kinds
would
of
that
threesomes,
would that be considered a threesome though?
Yeah, if it's three people fucking, that's a threesome, right?
In the trap in the hood, we call that a train. That's what we call it. In the hood, we call that a train. Like, all right, and I get what you're saying. Like, as the female, if I'm with two guys, I'm considering that a threesome. Like, a guy would consider a threesome with two girls. But if I call my homeboy and be like, hey, man, my homegirl, she going, bro. She want to smash, and we take her down through the ringer, that's a cub. Remember old girl? We ran train on her. That's what we saying. We ain't saying, yeah, we had a threesome. Like, nah, we ain't describing it as a threesome.
I'm just counting the people, okay? If there's 4 people, it's a foursome. If there's 5 people, it's a fivesome. It's just to keep track of how many people.
What a cap at?
I've only done 3, so I don't know.
You've only done...
Like 2 other guys.
Okay, so you and 2 other guys. That's been your cap.
That's my max.
Have you ever been part of an orgy?
No.
Really?
That's too many arms and too many legs. And, y'all don't really think about, like, how uncomfortable the sex wet sounds until it comes from, like, behind you somewhere. And
what
you
you
don't
mean
know
the sex
who's
wet
making
sound?
it. Like, I was with my ex-husband. We tried to be swingers as, like, an alternative to try and figure out what was wrong with me. The problem was I was poly and I was in a monogamous marriage and it was not working out.
Right.
So he was like, well, let's just be swingers. And I'm like, okay, great. But that didn't work out either because that's just about sex and that's not what I wanted. I wanted love. But I did go to a swingers party. And while it wasn't an orgy, there were sex sounds coming from behind me. And it's like the wet, slapping sound. Mm-hmm. And that's pretty much what I guess an orgy sounds like all around. And I just don't want that. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that.
So you don't like the macaroni and cheese sound?
No.
Why you don't like the macaroni and cheese sound?
It's strange. It's
your
like,
pom pom don't smell don't it don't sound like macaroni and cheese?
No.
What? That's good pom pom that smell that sound like macaroni and cheese. That's good pom pom.
I don't think it's. You know what? I don't listen that hard, so maybe it does.
Man, look.
I can text my husband and ask him. He'll tell me.
I'm pretty sure if he smashes you on the regular, you probably got a little bit of macaroni and cheese going on.
I mean, what is the regular like?
I mean, it's like
once a week.
I don't know, because if my ex was in this room and she was, and we talk about times per week, like she'll probably be looking at me like with the evil eyes, like some Iron Man shit about to blast me away. But I don't know, that number's gonna vary for different people. I'm just talking in context of the overall. The wetness of the vajayjay.
It really depends on how much foreplay you did.
So you're a foreplay person.
I'm not. Okay. I'm for foreplay for it to do its job.
Okay.
To get everything ready, but I don't like foreplay to last more than like 15 minutes because I feel like that's like previews, and nobody goes to the movies to just watch the previews. I came for the show.
Tinder, y'all have gave me what I asked for. Tinder World, thank you, Tinder World. All right, so if I'm tracking correctly, and I've been hunting for a little while, in my life, so if I'm tracking correctly, all right, let's say there's slight foreplay, all right? Mm-hmm. Climax still makes the vajayjay sound like macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, if you did it right.
If you did it right.
Yeah, if you did it right.
I know you ain't smashing 3 men and they ain't doing what they're supposed to do.
Well, not that
or is
time.
that pointing back to the fact that you want to be loved by multiple people?
Not that time, but.
We're talking about a specific instant.
I have led a very wild and crazy life.
I'm pretty sure if I was willing to talk about the shit that I've done, we could probably sit here and match stories. But
Probably could.
we're not, I ain't gonna walk and go down that road. But I'm just um I guess I need to put in an instance so that the listeners can understand what we're talking about, as well as me bringing some validity to what I'm talking. Are we still talking about in general, or are we talking about the threesome?
That's just like in general.
Okay, so now we're having a general conversation.
General.
So if a man makes you climax, then generally that means that the poom poom should be wetter than what it was previously before
Yeah,
the
I
climax,
mean, if
right?
you followed all of the steps previously, then yeah, that should be the result.
I don't know. I can get some poom poom wet without foreplay.
Some women don't need it. Everybody's different.
Mm.
Some of the women, they be reading them spicy books. They can probably do it like on cue. You could just be like, hey, can you make it wet for me? And they're like, give me a second. Let me pull up a phrase from one of my spicy books. And they can probably do that.
Don't all women have all that kind of control over their bodies, though?
You forget we're in America where sexuality is, especially for women, shamed. So a lot of...
What you mean? Expound on that.
Like, for example, I had a conversation with one of my partners the other day about, like, his parenting style. I'm not going to mention too much, but he mentioned something that I've heard other men say, which is that, you know, my cousin or my friend or my daughter or whoever it is, the girl in question is a good girl. She's not going to have sex in high school because she's a good girl. As if having sex is going to make you a bad girl.
Okay, so I guess you got to look at that from both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, so it seems like, and that was my experience growing up as well, is that to explore women's sexuality would make you a slut, but it wouldn't do the same to your male counterparts. So not all women have explored their bodies. Maybe it was not okay in their household. Maybe it was shameful to touch themselves and figure out what they like.
Right.
So no, not everybody has that kind of control.
Okay, I can see that. And I guess I don't want to take this conversation down a rabbit hole of the whole thing about how people discover themselves when it comes to sex, because I am a believer, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, with me being a believer, I also believe that we live in an unfair world. In the unfair world that you're speaking about, America that we live in, at the end of the day, I guess it points to what kind of guy you are and essentially what you want as a guy. Because there's not a man on the face of the earth that wants a monogamous relationship, that wants a woman that's been with 30, 40 men. Like, it ain't nobody got to teach you that. Like, it's just a common thing. Like how you say I'm poly by choice because this is who I am and what I want. Like, naturally, a man does not have to be taught that this is the type of woman that Ominous Donovan is who you're supposed to be with. Like, it's just natural. I mean, I don't know how else to put that in perspective. Cause like me, I like to have fun. You know what I'm saying? And I could put my fun in the categories. You know what I'm saying? I got people I done have fun with that I extremely care about. But if I had a choice of settling down with them, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't. And then I got people that I probably trust a little bit more than I should, that I would probably stop the world for if I could. And them be the motherfuckers that probably got a whole pile of relationship going on the other side of some shit that I don't know. So we never really know what's going on. We just got to have faith that it's going to be what it's going to be. But at the end of the day, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that when it comes to, well, we can't talk about that. Let's do this. Hypothetically speaking, we got parent A over here, right? So what is parent A supposed to teach their child when it comes to sexuality if they have a young female daughter? Like, 'cause I mean, if I'm raising my daughter, I don't want her to be touched until she's an adult. Like, that's my preference. But I started hunching when I was 15 years old. And I was hunching somebody's daughter. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was my same age I was. You know what I'm saying? So I get all of that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, at what age do you think that it's okay for a young female to start figuring out herself?
I think 16 is a good age.
Okay.
I lost my virginity when I was 16.
Okay. And I think another thing that you're also talking about too, though, it just to put it into perspective is, you're not just saying like, okay, as a 16-year-old, go out and start smashing everybody you see. You know what I'm saying? I get that you're saying like, if you want to touch yourself to figure yourself out or whatever the case may be, it's okay for you to do that. That America shouldn't be shaming against that. So I want to come back and say that too, because I know I said a whole bunch of stuff, but I want to come back and say how we originally got on that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we got another question from the audience, if you're willing to entertain.
Mm-hmm.
How many poly relationships are you willing to manage at one time?
So my max amount of partners at one time was 4.
Okay, so you're under that threshold right now.
Yeah, I have my husband who is a partner. I when I say partner, I mean romantic relationship. We do work. We are in a relationship. This is not just, we're not just like friends who fuck.
Okay.
So I have 2 partners and a friend who fucks. So I only have 2 relationships right now.
Okay, run that back for me one more time.
Okay, so when I say partner, I mean I'm in a relationship with this person. I'm actively dating them, seeing them. It's serious. We talk about feelings. We communicate, that kind of thing. That's a partnership.
Okay.
But I also have other people who I just fuck. Or I have friends who fuck occasionally.
Okay.
Like, the fucking doesn't define our friendship. It's like a perk of our friendship. We can hang out and not have sex, or we could. Either way, it's a good time. Okay.
So you got your partner, who's the husband, and then you got 2.
No, I have one. I have one other actual partner, and then I have an occasional friend who fucks.
So you only dealing with 2 people?
Yeah,
right
I
now?
only have 2 relationships right now.
And then you got something outside of those 2 relationships.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is the extra, if we smash, or whatever, but whatever.
So I have a system. This will make it easier for the rest of the podcast, including the audience.
Help me too, because I'm trying to figure some shit out.
So I classify men by boat size.
Okay.
Dick size, in case y'all.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we have yachts. This is self-explanatory. I shouldn't have to explain this.
You
we all
good.
know
Go
what
ahead.
yacht looks like. Then we have sailboats.
Okay.
And then we have tugboats. And then we have rowboats.
Okay. Let me Google a tugboat.
Okay, tugboats are.
So you got me on the yachts. You got me. So you talking about the little ones that go fishing in?
No, the tugboats tug the other boats.
Oh, you talking about the big ass boats that got like the propeller things behind it? Okay, cool. All right, I'm tracking now. I'm tracking.
Short but wide.
Okay, I ain't never heard it put in perspective like that. Okay, run them back again for the people in the back.
We have yachts.
Okay.
We have sailboats.
Now put them in order.
Yeah, that's order. Okay. Yachts, sailboats, tugboats, rowboats.
Rowboats is the fish boat.
Yeah, that's a fish boat. I don't have any rowboats right now.
You don't have no rowboats? Do you like rowboats?
Rowboats are good for things that don't go in the front door.
So you got a real bottom relationship.
But I don't have any rowboats right now, so it's all.
So is there any cap on your sexuality? Like, is there anything that you're not willing to do?
Yeah, there's a lot of kinky shit I'm not willing to do.
Gotcha.
Like water sports, that's a no-go. I'm not gonna explain that one. Y'all need to Google it.
Googles. Hold on, stand by, y'all. Let me cue some music. Why I do that?
I guess just search like BDSM water sports, because I'm not gonna do that.
said BSM.
BDSM, because it's a kink. So
BDSM.
it doesn't sound as fun as it implies.
Fade me out. Oh shit. Yeah, I ain't with that shit neither.
Okay.
Shit, what you mean? What you mean? I had some girls sitting here talking about they was smashing dudes with strap-ons on and everything, bro. Like, I don't know who doing that, but if that's what you do, okay, whatever. But
I mean, for the most part, like the kink and the poly community do sometimes overlap, but not in my own personal life. I am really not that kinky. Like, I'll enjoy toys. I like toys.
okay,
Everybody should have some toys for the bedroom.
mm-hmm.
For couples, not just for yourself. Don't be stingy.
You
with
got a
toys.
swing at home?
No, we are not that adventurous. Neither are we're in our 30s. We can't be on no damn sex swing. We're gonna break something.
I don't know. I want to try to swing out, man. I bought one with my ex, man, but when she left me, she took the motherfucker with her.
You could probably do it. You work out. We don't work out. We can't be in no swing.
I don't know.
I'm not. I'm good.
So you don't want to try to swing?
Hell no.
Why?
Because my back hurts when I sleep. I don't want to get in the swing for sex. Well, I want to lay on the bed.
So what's your favorite position?
I like to be on my stomach.
You the second person that done said that. The other girl was in here talking about she like to be on her stomach, and she like the dude biting her on the back of her neck.
Okay,
like
yeah, not that. Not that.
That's crazy. So how old are you?
I'm 32.
32. What's your zodiac sign?
Gemini.
That explains it. There it is. That explains it. There you go for the people at home. That's how you is too. Man, they was celebrating Geminis in the club, in the Casanova Club the other night. They was talking
People
about
still go to clubs? Are there clubs still here?
Well, I'm a photographer and videographer, so if they're contacting me to come and do some work, I'm going to make money.
Damn, I ain't been in a club in like a decade.
Like, I don't care about it no more because there's so much other things I can be doing with my time. But occasionally, I'll go out every now and then. Like, if I go out of town, like, I don't even care about going to no clubs out of town. Like, I'd rather sightsee, meet somebody I ain't never met before, take some pictures, maybe do the whole adventure type, the common stuff people do, riding the four-wheelers and zip lining and whatever type of experience that an area will offer. Like, I really don't care about clubs like that. Like, I'd rather sit on the patio whatever house or Airbnb room I am and do what I do and have me a couple of drinks and just chill the fuck out. But, yeah, in the specific field that I'm in, a lot of people want pictures and videos of what they're doing, and they don't always want to use their phone. So
That's crazy to me. I have no social media presence.
I know you told me that. So
I just lurk. I lurk on everything. I lurk on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit. I never comment. I don't say nothing. I hardly ever post.
So when you say you don't have any social media presence, so you don't do premium Snapchat, you don't do
No,
OnlyFans,
I don't have Snapchat.
you don't do
No.
So everything that happens when it comes to your sex life is confined with whom you're doing it with.
It's absolutely private. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Because a lot of people that's doing what you're doing, they want to tape it.
No, I don't really like people in general. I don't know if y'all have ever worked for the general public, but they are all assholes. And I just don't really like interacting with people if I ain't really got to, unless I'm drunk. Then I get really talkative.
Okay. Are you the person that get drunk and like the dance and stuff too?
No, I can't dance whether I'm sober or drunk. It doesn't make a difference. But that's not true. I can dance. I should not dance in public.
So I gotta ask you this.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to ask because you told me you got a wig on. What are you?
You talking about like, am I mixed or not?
Yeah.
I am mixed, yes.
So you black and white?
I'm black, white, and Native American.
You Indian? That's what's up, man.
It's a funny story. My mom is half white and half black. My dad is half white and half Native American.
Okay.
There's more white than anything. Not that my hair knows that. Or
So
my ass, but
So I guess that's a question for another day. We got another question from the audience real quick, y'all.
Okay.
Let's see what we got from the audience. We got, are there boundaries on what you would do to please your partners? I think we kind of sort of talked about that a little bit, but we can.
Yeah, but there are boundaries in general. There are boundaries in every relationship, and there are
Correct.
boundaries in poly relationships that are different. Like my new partner, I had to explain some of these boundaries because this is his first time trying something like this. So,
Right.
like one of our boundaries is called common courtesy. For example, if I am having sex with one partner, say I'm spending the night, we're probably gonna have sex more than once.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next night, I'm going home to my husband or I'm going to see a different partner. Don't break it, okay? Don't be considerate of the other partners. Don't break everybody's favorite toy. Now nobody can use it for a couple of days, okay? That's not nice.
Right. So basically, you saying don't get in it like they ain't never got in it because you got other things you got to go do.
Yeah, like this is a subletting situation. There are other people who want to come in. So don't mess it up for everybody. Don't ruin it for everybody.
Got you. Well, you say you ain't had no yachts.
I do. No, I didn't have no, I don't have no rowboats right
You
now.
got no
I have a
rowboat.
yacht.
You got a yacht?
I have a yacht. My husband is a yacht.
No.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Yacht. I'm gonna hit the vape on that one. Cause I don't know what that's to say.
There are other boundaries like we recognize the call dibs.
So they calling dibs?
If you want to watch a movie with me that just came out and you didn't call dibs, I ain't got to watch it with you because the other person said they want to watch it. Hey, call dibs, okay? Be quick. I'll go see it more than once, but if you want to be the one to see it with me first, then you need to call dibs.
So it's a whole bidding system out here.
There's only 3 of these motherfuckers. Surely they can plan something in advance between the 3 of them.
Gotcha. And you enjoying life.
I mean, this is the happiest I am when I'm in more than one relationship at a time. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Sometimes I choose not to date. Like if I've just gotten out of a relationship and I'm just emotionally just done, then I will choose to be monogamous with my husband to recover. But the idea is that I'm always going to get back out there at some point. It's never just going to be just us.
Gotcha. But your husband, that's your guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's my guy. Yeah.
That's what's up. I would really like to have a conversation with him just to see where his mind is on that allows him to allow you to maneuver as you do.
So what he told me was that he saw me on OkCupid.
What is that?
It's just a different dating app
Okay.
thing. It's more centered towards relationships, and it has poly options for people who are ethically non-monogamous or poly. You can connect your partner's profile to your profile. So if you're married, you can be like, this is my husband's profile. Here it is. If you don't believe me, here he is right here. He's on the same dating app, also looking to date. So they know that this isn't like a cheating kind of thing.
Gotcha.
So he found me on there a year before he actually messaged me. It took him a year to think about whether or not he'd be able to do this because it says that I'm poly on my, I'm not going to be monogamous with anybody. It's not personal. So it took him, he said he took a full year to think about it before he decided to date me.
Wow. Wow, buddy. I just never thought like I would honestly be sitting. I just hear about this stuff. Like I don't think I've never really been around again. Like you said, somebody who's this is what I'm openly doing. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Another question from the audience. In poly relationships, how do you handle pregnancy or building a family?
I can't speak for everybody else because I am done with that.
With the kids?
Yes, I have one. I ain't having no more. We're done. It's closed. None of that. So I'm not sure how other people would deal with that. You would have to ask other people who are in a poly relationship who either have children or plan to have children because I don't know.
Got you. So let's say hypothetically speaking that you didn't have a child already, right? And you're dating these 3 guys. You know what I'm saying? How do you...
Again, I can't tell you because never planned to be a parent in the first place. So if I didn't have one now, I wouldn't have one ever.
Got you. I guess my question is more so like, how do you? Because and you can tell me if this question is just out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're dealing with 3 different people, or you out of these 3 different people, or you only having sex with one of them unprotected, or if you fucking with them and you decide you want to fuck with them, they can go raw, put a condom on if they want to. Like how do you, how does that go?
It's different for everybody, but for me, I don't use a condom with my husband because that's my husband, and we've been together for 5 years, and he ain't fucked anybody else in 5 years. And
so your husband don't fuck with anybody else?
Not right now, but hopefully soon.
Yeah, you still waiting on somebody to
help. Yeah,
sublet that.
Help is supposed to be on the way, so.
Because it's a yacht, right?
So like, hopefully, the person that he's talking to will, want to have sex with him also.
Gotcha.
That'd be great.
Gotcha.
I'm excited for him. Like, please go out and fuck somebody, please.
Gotcha. So the other 2.
I use condoms with the other 2.
Okay.
With the friends who occasionally fuck, that's our sailboat. Everyone, please remember, code name sailboat. We use condoms.
Okay.
Because he's a friend who I occasionally have sex with. He is not a partner. He is not someone I would date. I would not be in a relationship with him. I'm not going to dog him on the internet, but I have my reasons, okay?
Right.
And then the other guy, I just started dating him, but we are in a relationship, but I just started dating him.
Okay.
So, condoms. We have about a 3-4 month reach where I have a discussion with my husband, and I have a discussion with the other partner separately. To see, where we are. Let's touch base. Is this going to be a long-term relationship for you or not? Because if it's not going to be long-term, then you're going to keep wearing condoms.
Gotcha.
But if it is going to be long-term, then we talk about, our own boundaries about whether or not he's going to see anybody else, because my policy is everybody gets tested.
Right.
No one comes in my house without being tested.
Right.
So if you are going to see other people, then your other people need to get tested, because you're putting everybody's health at risk.
Right.
It's not just about you anymore. It's about everybody involved.
Gotcha.
So, and if they're okay with that, then I'm like, okay, we can go without condoms if you want, or we can continue, because this is a couples, thing. It's about both of us.
Right.
If he's uncomfortable, and I've had this happen, if he's uncomfortable and he's not ready to take them off yet, that's fine.
That's what's up. So, what's your preference in guys, and when it comes to it? I always get tongue tied with this, to authenticity.
I don't really have a preference. Now, I don't get to date that many black men. I'm not for real sure why. I do be swiping on them. Some of them,
Go ahead.
I be super liking some of them. Like, I am clearly trying, okay? But I hardly ever get messages from black men. So.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe they don't want to share. I don't know.
I should go back and look at your profile and see what it looks like.
Like, there's a picture of me and my husband on my profile. You cannot look at my pictures and be like, oh, I didn't know what was up. Bitch, can you read? It's in the paragraph. It's right there. It's the first thing I say.
Gotcha. Well, again, the whole poly thing is new to me. I do feel like more people are starting to be open and honest about it. That's what they want. I think it's a slow creep thing towards the black community.
I mean, my husband is a 6'1" white ginger. Okay, he just is. That's just the form he came in.
So you got a 6'1" white dude with a yacht.
Yeah. He got lucky, I guess.
I guess he did. Lord, why you ain't giving me no yacht? I wanted a yacht. I ain't got no rowboat neither though. So anyway, but
here's an answer to something nobody asked. I prefer jackets.
What?
On dicks, I prefer jackets.
Shut the fuck up.
Hit it again, Jay. Man, you want uncircumcised meat? Why?
Because it's like a 2-for-1. It feels a certain way when the skin's pulled forward, and it feels a different when the skin's pulled back, and you get, 2 dicks for 1.
Lord, thank you for putting me at the hospital so I can get that shit cut off.
They're more fun to play with, like on my end. Like, I don't have one, so I don't do all the shit that y'all do when you're like young,
Right.
So they're more fun for me.
Gotcha. So what's your is it, do you have a certain amount of times like per week you want it from your different partners, or is it kind of sort of just on the whim, like whoever calls and if you feel like it?
So anyone who's not in a relationship with me is going to get the ass end of everything, because you're not in a relationship with me. You're not putting in the time and the work to be in a relationship.
So what does the time and the work consist of?
Having a certain amount of time every week that we spend together.
Okay.
Being able, I think my number one thing that defines relationships from other ones that are mostly lust driven is the ability to spend time together without having sex. And it still be a good time and time well spent for both of us.
Got you. So that's what allows one of the guys to have the title of partner or be in a relationship.
Yes, is that he wants to see me regardless of how long he gets to see me. If it's just a couple of minutes, if it's an hour, if it's 2 hours, any amount of time is good enough. It does not have to be time where we have sex. We do not have to go anywhere. We can't go somewhere. We can't. Either way, he just wants to see me.
So are your partners allowed to, or the people that are in your immediate circle that you do have these relationships with, are they able to come to your house?
Some of them. Here's the thing about my house. In my house, I live with my husband. He lives there. I'm not going to kick his man out of his own house just because you're uncomfortable with the fact that he's in there.
So you got real life dudes that are coming over there and sit and chill with you while he's there.
So we have a patio. My husband built me a patio because I'm a smoker and I spend a lot of time outside.
Okay.
So we have like a screened-in patio, and we have curtains up, and there's a whole ass bed out there. It's like a whole nother room.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually where I hang out with them. I've only had 2 guys so far who were okay with hanging out with me and my husband at the same time, who were like friends with my husband, who talked to him without me around, who had like their own group chat where they talked about shit.
Got it.
That's only happened with 2 people. So mostly they hang out either on the porch with me, or they hang out in the living room. We have a day bed. That's our couch.
Mm-hmm.
And my husband goes back to the bedroom.
Gotcha. So husband, has he ever partaken with, so he's never played you've never been in a threesome with him?
Mm-mm.
It's not something he's interested in?
I think he would with the right partner.
Gotcha.
With someone who's not going to be like awkward and weird.
So have you ever smashed somebody at the house while he was at the house?
Yeah. He likes to listen.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. I ain't built like that. I ain't built like that, bro. I ain't built like that. I can't even know. Ain't no way I finna listen to somebody dicking down my chick, bro. Ain't no, bro. I get crazy with the thought of the fact that she might even begin to poom to somebody else. What I look like? Look, I'm in the other room like this.
I mean, obviously I can't see what he looks like when he's listening, but I sometimes think his face looks like that. Looks like that, like, like you're up to something, and I like it.
Oh, wow. So, and that's what I'm saying. If that's how he feel, I don't see why he want to come in there and just whip his meat out and just join in.
Because he respects other people's boundaries.
Ain't no boundary if he at home and he let somebody else come over there and smash while he's there. He is the boundary at that point in time.
If that person has said that they are not interested in having a threesome with me and my husband, or they are uncomfortable being watched, then that's their boundary, and we're not going to cross it.
I think at that point in time it has to be put into perspective, okay? Because again, if you say threesome, when it comes to guys, we're thinking that this other dude finna do something to me. That's why you can't say threesome with guys.
My bad. No,
you see what I'm saying?
They're straight. It's not.
So that's what I'm saying. So that has to be addressed from a different aspect if there's something that's going to be taking place. Because you're not finna tell me that, yeah, I want to have a threesome with you and another guy. I'm be like, what? Especially in 2022. And I just told you, girls came in here and said they putting strap-ons on and smashing dudes in the ass. Like I don't have anything against anybody sexually. What your purpose is, what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I have people in my family that are gay. I don't care. Do what you want to do. But when it comes to me, no. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not homophobic. I'm not none of that, bro. I got people that actually work for me. I have people that are in my circle that's their purpose and that's what they decide to do. I don't treat them any different. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Like, if I think you're right though. I think it's just gonna boil down to who the person is. I mean,
we respect. We want people to respect our boundaries, so we respect theirs.
Gotcha.
I think that's like a baseline.
It sounds like these guys will just come out better, just coming and picking you up, and hey, you just let your husband know you be back whenever you be back.
Usually he will drop me off.
So what's up with this thing by him dropping you off?
Okay, so one thing is that he likes to know I'm safe.
Okay.
And the other, well, two things. There's other two things. One of the other things is that I'm extremely bad passenger. I do not take Ubers unless absolutely necessary. Like if I am drunk and I cannot drive, my husband is not available, I will take an Uber because I've been in 14 car accidents as a passenger. So I'm not fitting to ride with no stranger. I can't do it.
Wow.
And if anyone's wondering, my dad was driving. I was a child. You can't just be like, I don't want to ride with him no more, okay? I couldn't drive. I was 7.
Wow. All right, so.
And the other reason is that I have night blindness. I cannot see very well at night, only on roads that I have memorized, like this road.
Gotcha.
And, you know, the road that I live on. And, you know, I can't, especially in the rain. When I drive in the rain at night, I'm driving on the Rainbow Bridge on faith alone. Because I sure as shit can't see the road.
Wow.
So that's a big reason why he will drop me off is he doesn't want me driving somewhere I'm unfamiliar with at night where I don't know where the road is. I kind of just have to guess.
Gotcha.
And I get real anxious about it. I'm on anxiety medication, but like that's the anxiety for me. That's through the roof.
Gotcha. So all your partners right now, they're white?
Okay, so we have my husband who is a ginger. And then the new
what
guy.
What the hell is a ginger?
He has red hair.
Okay.
He's a ginger. He's ginger colored.
Gotcha.
And then we have the new guy I just started dating who's Latina. And
you got Latino too?
It's my first one. I'm pretty excited about it.
Okay.
And then the other one is Vietnamese.
The fuck is that?
He's also part Chinese.
I was about to say Chinese.
He's from Vietnam though, so.
And you say he ain't got the rowboat?
No, he has a sailboat. Like a luxury sailboat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Shout out to the Vietnamese Chinese brothers out there.
He doesn't have a jacket though, because he's been in America since he was 7. So.
Gotcha. He be doing your feet and shit for you. Jay, you supposed to hit some type of sound when I said this shit, man.
You paying attention? Not paying attention, just buttons.
That's what's up, man. Well, listen, I think that you have ultimately given me a run for my money on tonight. I definitely enjoyed you. Thanks again for stopping by, coming through. I'm probably gonna bring you back in season 2. Now that I got your contact info, so
I can bring my husband that time too.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We definitely gonna talk about that. Because I might need to have my security in here that day too. Just in case he feel froggy, since he's 6'1" and I'm only 5'9".
I'm so glad you asked me on this podcast. I would much rather people ask me questions and let me answer them honestly than for them to make assumptions that aren't true.
I'm surprised that you said you swiped right and was like you wanted to do it. Like I said, I have 6 or 7 other people that have swiped right on it. And soon I ask them, say, hey, are you wanting to come on the platform? They don't respond or say anything back. One other girl said, yes, maybe. Like you just said, like Poly is in my shit. Like it's there. You see it. Like you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like it's a secret. It's the same thing for the whole reason why I put the junk on Tinder. Like I'm looking for people that are going to give me outside conversation, outside of the norm. That's what it's here for. Are you interested? You know what I'm saying? What's the point of you swiping on it if you're not interested? Like I don't get it. But
I'm just so glad I got to talk about it because being poly in the South is hard enough. It's a real small dating pool. You know, we're in the Bible Belt here, so
yeah, definitely. And that's what I was, and I was trying not to go down that rabbit hole when we were talking about, you know what I'm saying, the sexuality of women and what age they should be doing it and how a woman should compose themselves and things of that nature, because I want a good girl.
It's rough for me because I get a lot of religious guys who will like
try to change you.
Yeah, they'll be like, well, you just haven't found the right man. I'm like, I respect your opinion. Now, please, I'm gonna unmatch you now because I already know I don't want to have sex with you, and we not gonna mix. Pass, motherfucking pass on that one. In fact, me and my husband have a rule now because I did date a guy who was really heavily Christian.
Right.
And that was a bad time for everyone. So no more heavy Christians. If you're an occasional Christian, which means you go on holidays, but you don't go every Sunday, maybe.
So you told the folks who just go for Easter.
Yeah, if you just go for Easter and Christmas, then maybe. But if you go every Sunday, no, you can't ride this boat. Mm-mm.
Jay hit something on the board again. Listen, you can't do a church folk like that, man. You can't do church folk like that.
I don't mean to group them all together, but there's so many different kinds of crazy you could get. I have things to do, you guys. I'm not just in relationships. I'm a full-time student. I have a job. Not only am I in these relationships, my relationships are fucking healthy. That takes time.
All three of them.
Crazy.
All three of them.
Yeah, I don't have time for crazy. It's like baking 3 cakes at the same time, and they all come out edible and they look, good. I'm not saying they look like a chef made them. They just look like Walmart cake good. You know what I'm talking about?
Walmart cake trash.
A Publix cake, they decorate it all nice and shit.
Yeah, Publix trash. They decorate it nice, but they cake trash too.
But it's like keeping track of that many. Everyone's happy. Everyone has,
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Everybody has to be communicating and healthy, and that takes time, and I ain't got time for no crazy shit. So sorry, Christians, most of y'all's fucking crazy, and I just ain't got time for it.
I'm a Christian and I'm not crazy.
I also am not like direct friends with Jesus. Like we ain't really
friends. So what do you classify
So,
yourself as? Don't tell me you atheist.
I classify myself as pagan.
What's pagan? Do I need to Google that?
All there's lots of different things, but it's multi. It's not like monotheistic. It's polytheistic. Yeah, when I say things like I never say like, oh God, I'm like, oh gods, because I want to include everybody, whoever's listening. Whoever's listening, I include everybody. Sometimes that includes Jesus. If he's listening, I don't know. I don't really care, but
yeah, that's gonna be an offline conversation that we'll have. So
yeah,
you believe that it's more than one guy.
I already know that I'm not direct friends with Jesus. So if somebody else is friends with Jesus, I'm not sure we're gonna get along because we already disagree on something kind of big and important.
Yeah.
So that's just my assumption on why I don't date certain religions.
So you didn't have sex with the Christian guy at all?
Oh no, I did, but that was a wild ride.
It wasn't good?
I mean, it's like when you have that person that you love that loved you but was toxic as fuck. It was that.
Gotcha. So he was putting down the law, but because he loved Jesus.
And I was just like,
it was a problem.
This is the first thing out of my mouth. This is the first conversation I have with people is I am not monogamous. And if you are not okay with that, then it's fine. I'm not mad at you. It's not personal. We ain't got a date.
I got you.
But he insisted. He was like, no, I think I can do it. I want to try it out. Don't push yourself, people, okay? Just don't. If you don't think you can, then don't. Nobody is pushing you.
Gotcha. Yeah. On that note, y'all, just so you know, here on the What You Mean podcast, my name is Lechester Moore, and I do believe that he came, He died and he rose. He got up out of that dusty thing so that I can live this life that I'm living. Just so you know what I'm saying? But nothing against my guest.
I'm not saying he didn't. I'm just saying I don't know. I wasn't there, okay?
It's okay. It's okay. But in the meantime, between time, again, I thank you so much for coming on, man. Our time has been far-fetched, man. If you, bro, you know what, man? This podcast has been crazy, bro. Listen, if you see it on Tinder and you want to come in, just swipe right and tell me you want to come in. We're getting ready to shut this thing down, though, because season 1 is coming to an end. We are getting ready to prep for season 2. But, man, I appreciate y'all so much for listening, man. We've got, I'm in a loss for word. I can't even get myself together. We have gotten extremely educated tonight on what poly really is, and if you really in a poly relationship, what really be going on. So shout out to Missy Lane for that, man. So she ain't really got no plugs for social media because she says she don't really do social media. So
if you recognize me in Walmart, please keep walking.
All right, man. I'm finna get out of here, man. Thanks so much for listening. If you're watching on YouTube right now, make sure you hit the subscribe button, man. I know y'all gonna be in the comments on this one. I really ain't gotta tell you to go there, man. But in the meantime, between time, we love y'all. Thanks so much for listening, man. Until next time, man. I'm your boy Cheston. Peace.